well, there's two parts within the return to work program. So there's the management of the injury to the person and the injury management process that you will follow with that person, with the injured person, and there's also the administration of the claim. So the parts that a workplace health and safety officer would generally come into or would be involved in, and these can differ in different organisations depending on size and different parts that people may play. But from the initial injury, it would be dealing with the manager, being told that perhaps an injury has occurred. It could be dealing with the injured person straight away. It might be providing first aid. It may be calling an ambulance, in triaging the injured person to the best possible place where they can get the best possible treatment for whatever injury has occurred. It's then working through, there's an important recovery at work is seen as being so important now. And the more time we tend to see people away from work who may have been affected by an injury at work, the less likelihood there is of them making a full return to full duties. So, and that's even just from a psychosocial point of view or a wellness point of view. People can find it quite demoralising to be sitting at home, and it could be an injury where they don't have an opportunity to be able to do suitable duties. They can get them down, and as that goes on, it can just lead into a situation where they don't want to return. So working through a manager to try and get suitable duties for the employee and suitable duties that are that the person is capable of doing in line with what the medical provider states is so important to keep them within the environment in a positive mind frame. So part of that too is being able to have discussions with the medical provider as well, with the injured person accompanying you, just to be able to ensure and make sure that the suitable duties that the medical provider is given is what we're able to provide to them. After that too, you might return back from the doctor. It is then about having a discussion with the manager about the suitable duties plan. And a suitable duties plan always needs to be signed off by the injured person, the medical provider, and also the manager who will be instigating it. And part of that is to say that we won't be relying, or we won't expect the person who is injured to be doing anything more than what is stated in their suitable duties plan. Follow-up is so important too. If someone is potentially unable to do any suitable duties from work and they're having to remain at home, that constant follow-up is so important to keep them in that mind frame and make them feel wanted, and that the objective of a business is to get their people back to full health as soon as we're able to, within reason. Also ensuring medical certificates are up to date. A workers' comp medical certificate will normally run for 28 days, or they do run up to 28 days. Sometimes doctors can bring this forward of that date, but we need to make sure that our medical certificates are in date to ensure that the workers' compensation payments, if a claim's been accepted and payments are going through to our employers, that none of those are getting missed. Because again, too, if we get that wrong as an organisation, that can cause dissent to an injured person as well too, if we're not looking after that. Because as we know, pay is so important. That's why we come to work every day, and that's a critical part of it. Also arranging for injured persons. It might be organising physio appointments for them. It might be working with our workers' compensation insurance claim providers, and talking with them to make sure that we're providing the right support to this injured person to get them back to work in a reasonable amount of time, and as soon as we can for them. So from a wellness point of view, that we're looking after them as much as we can.